Buenos dias, buenos dias.
Just who does Texas State Senator Sylvia Garcia represent? Well, clearly the senior citizens gathered for the Texas Hispanic Council's health fair. Spanish may be the primary language here, but the pride at how far the community has come in the United States is evident.
The first full-time Hispanic ever elected in Harris County.
Some 70% of Senator Garcia's constituents are Hispanic, part of an emerging political bloc that the Republican Party agonizes over. Minorities tend to vote for the Democrats. But now the Supreme Court has agreed to hear a case that could dilute that minority vote just as it was emerging as a powerful force.
You would see a shift of power away from urban and suburban areas, places where you have lots of immigrants and where you have lots of children, back to rural areas.
The plaintiff's argument is this. In the U.S., each political district has roughly the same population. In some Latino political districts, like Senator Garcia's, a large percentage of that population is not eligible to vote. They're too young or aren't citizens. That's not the case in majority white areas. So the plaintiffs argue this contravenes the principle of one person, one vote. A vote in a Latino district is more powerful than a vote in a white district because there are fewer voters. The plaintiffs, the Texas Republican Party, and the $1 million right-wing legal group sponsoring the case declined to be interviewed. But Senator Garcia says she knows what's going on.
This is just another assault by some of the folks that are just scared of the Latino vote. They're scared of the changing demographics, and rather than continue to be fair following the rules, they want to change the rules.
If the plaintiffs win the case, districts like Garcia's would have to be redrawn to include 200,000 more eligible voters. Those would be drawn from surrounding white areas. The Latino voice would be diminished as her district expands.
If you change the geography, it doesn't change the need. In fact, it'll multiply it. It'll stretch our resources and stretch our time. You kind of wonder what's next. Are they going to decide that we're going to go back to the old days and it'll only be able to vote if you own property, and then they'll change another rule to only white men who own property? I mean, this is like reversing the clock further back and back. I mean, how far will they go?
At stake in this case, the fundamental meaning of democracy in America. Shihab Ratansi, Al Jazeera, Houston.